Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. Today we are building a family home which has lots of Sims in. So it's quite a big house and it has some different types of rooms that I don't normally do in them that we will see going through this build. There's also a load of items out the front because obviously I have been rooting around in the live edit option objects again, and it is a great way if you get annoyed with the fact that you can't place a fence right at the edge of the lot. Live edit objects will save you, as you can put that beautiful fence right on the edge of your lot, which is what I do. And it is all good. So this house can actually fit quite a few Sims. It has, I think it's got 3 double beds and 2 kids beds as well, so it's a pretty full house, and that is why it is super big. It's kind of a mix between, it's a bit more of a modern house. We've got a few extensions and stuff to it, so you can kind of imagine that the grey part is the main part of the house, and they're kind of extended into the other bits as time has gone on. We've got a few like older bits as well, like we've got some rusty lampposts which I kind of just liked. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna use those. And the fence as well, so you can place your own fence around the lot right up to the edge. We've got a little arch out the front as well, which I wanted to use as like a little entrance way, and you see a little bit more of the detailing out the front at the end of the video. They kind of jump around a bit in this build, using some modern windows and some more traditional ones on the actual grey parts. So all the like wood cladded parts of the house have these modern windows, and the grey part has some more traditional ones, and using the season's door as well, which is a little bit more traditional. I also use that cool fence, that stone fencing, to make a little divide for the parking for the cars and stuff. I did add an extra car on there as well, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, especially as it's a massive like carport space. So you have to have an appropriate amount of cars to put on that space. We have a little balcony out the front, which I realised at the end is like on one of the kids' bedrooms, the younger kids' bedrooms. So it's probably not appropriate to have the balcony on there, but never mind. I did the layout off camera because it always takes me a while. So we are jumping right into the furnishing. We're going to start off in the living area. It's quite a large space. There's extra space for you to put extra things in there as well. I hope I added this to the gallery. I can never remember what I've added and what I haven't done, because I always get to the end of the build and I'm like, I can't fill out the text boxes and stuff to upload it, which is always fun. The fun part, the best part of creating a build. And we have a few pet stuff in here in this build as well. It's hidden behind the sofa, and we've got a toy chest thing outside as well. So it's a pet friendly house, but it's mainly geared towards having a large family. So we've got nice big like corridor spaces, so the Sims can move about easily and don't have to bump into each other. I also decided I wanted a fish tank in this build, so I was like, how can I do it so it fits between a wall? And I was just like, I have the nice open windows from Island Living, so I was just like, yes, that's how I shall get my double-sided fish tank into this build. I don't know whether you can actually, you'd be able to like fill it with fish, because you can do that by using the mouse, but I don't know whether the Sims can actually feed the fish. And also another strange placement in this build, putting the washing machines in the kids' playroom. So at first I thought it was going to be like more of a utility room, and then I was just like, I want this house to have loads of kids in it. So it is now the kids' room, but I left the washing machine, so it can, if your kids get that bored, they can start doing the washing and earning their scout badges. I think you get some scout badges from doing the washing. I can't remember. I haven't played with kids in The Sims for a hot minute, so I think they do. They get responsibility at least, which is the most important thing. We've got the puppet show and some of the skill stuff in there for them. We also have a few more stuff for kids when we actually get to their humongous bedroom upstairs. But it's a quite a nice, cute little space. I also haven't done any of the wallpaper in this build until right in the very end, so it's probably not until the screenshots where you'll be able to see what it actually looks like finished, which is probably a little bit bad. But I just couldn't think, like, I didn't want to focus on the colour of the room. I wanted to focus on the objects that I was placing in there before picking what colours and stuff. In the hallway I did something a little bit different. I put 2 of the walk-in wardrobes in the front area as kind of like a big closet where you keep all your shoes and coats and stuff, but obviously they've got some stuff that spills out into the actual hallway itself, because otherwise it'd look really plain and boring. I also got one of the bowling stuff. No, it's not the bowling stuff. It's the Get a Famous side tables as well, just to add a little bit of something in there. I got a few of the paintings that are on the floor as well for the stairs, because I always love throwing those in, but because they're quite big, you can never find a nice place to put them. So by the stairs was a good place. In here in the front we have a little study area, so we've got one with like a family computer on the desk and a laptop as well. I think upstairs one of the other rooms has a laptop, so there's probably plenty of computers to go around. There's a load of bookcases, and I squeeze in a little chair in between the bookcases as well, because we've got a window on the side, so I didn't really want to cover that up with a bookcase, so I need to shuffle everything along so it had the equal gaps put either end. We got a piano, a guitar and easel in here as well, just so you can do a few basic skill stuff with Sims when you're starting out. And I also put a coffee table in here as well, just so you can put some books down or drink or something if you're sitting on the seat, just make it a little bit more friendly. In the next room we have, which actually connects into the kitchen, which is perfect because it is the dining room. Just start off with this nice dark colour, because I know I was using a lot of like light colours and stuff, but that does change when I start placing all the other objects in, because I was like, I couldn't find a side table, well, side cabinet that was the same colour that I wanted to use. So I was just like, now I have to change all the other things to be in the same colour, so I have to go around and change them all into white. I haven't used those chairs either in a while, because the ones that actually go with that table sometimes I don't really like using them because they're a little bit odd. Kind of wanted something that was a little bit more statement for this dining table, especially as we have like the lines going through it, kind of got the lines on the chairs as well, so it's a beautiful pretentious answer for why I picked those chairs. Probably no one cares anyways. Make it look good and functional. They're going very white in here, but I think I actually choose a wallpaper that has some colour in it, so it actually brings out some colour, because all the floors down here are the beach kind of light wood floors, making it try to look like a modern house-ish. You can get some colour through because I choose the doors with the black frames on them, just to make a little bit of a statement, because we're going with some black and white like hints about, but a lot more colour. I also used the new light as well, because I thought it was a nice little 3 thing. I kind of like the shadows it was casting in the room. And in the kitchen area, we kind of split it into 2 halves, so we kind of got a chill out like breakfasty area, the other side which has our wondrous fish tank, so you can sit there, have your breakfast and watch the fish. And then on this end we have our main kitchen area. We've got a nice big island in the middle. We've got lots of windows looking out onto the back garden as well, and kind of doubled everything up. So we've got quite a few Sims that can live in this house, so we needed extra appliances so everything can be used simultaneously, and you don't have to have some dying of hunger Sims while the other one's trying to burn the kitchen down because they've not got enough high enough skill in something. I was gonna put a dishwasher in for once because I never put dishwashers in because I don't use a dishwasher myself, because they waste so much water and don't actually clean any of the stuff you put in it, so they're a bit of a waste of money and time. So I actually put one in because obviously you've got Sims. I also use some of the specimen jars as like little copper pots that have food in. So if you look closely enough, they've got like weird creatures in there, but I was like, they look quite cool as like little decorated pots for the kitchen, especially if the little copper bits tie in with like some of the copper stuff you can get to put in as decorative objects about the place. Just adding in a few bits and pieces, added in a little vase for the table, and got a nice big pot in the corner because it was either a plant or a pot, and there's plenty of plants, so it's pots this time. Lots more pots. Upstairs we are going to work on our master bedroom first. So this actually has some grey wallpaper. It looks super fancy when we actually get around to screenshots. We've got built-in wardrobes and we have an ensuite as well. We've also got an area for like a dressing area next to this, so it's got like pretend makeup stuff and a big mirror as well, so your Sims can get ready. I don't think it'd be quite fun. You could also replace it with the one from Vintage Glamour, which actually can change your makeup and stuff on your Sims. Got a nice grey rug in here as well, just going for a little bit more classy, a little bit more. It's kind of along the lines of the rest of the house because it's the parents' room, so it'll be if it's in more the similar style to the rest of the house. And then we've got a few modern bits in the ensuite. We've also got a big family bathroom as well, which is super huge. Also got laundry baskets everywhere as well, so you can do the laundry. And then this is our first teen bedroom, so it's the bigger of the two, so it's probably one that is more regularly here, and the other one is either like a younger teen or someone who just visits now and again. We're going for a blue theme in here. What a surprise! I always end up doing a blue like teen bedroom. But we've got two built-in wardrobes with a mirror in between them this time, where I've put the laundry basket. It's a nice place to tuck it away. And I kept thinking that the pictures on the string came as a set of 3. I didn't realise they only come as a set of 2. So I didn't realise they'd added more colours to the string as that object as well. So I was just flicking through all the colours, being like, oh, I didn't know we had pink and green and blue and stuff. But I had to move them along so we could have them somewhat centralised instead of being off on one angle. Use one of the bowling night rugs as well, which is one of my. I do like that rug, but there's only specific places you can use that particular pattern. But it works well in this room. It picks out some of the yellows and oranges as well that we've got going through, and adding a few clutter items here as well, just to make show that it looks lived in and that we actually have some personality in these bedrooms. You can kind of get a gist of what the Sims are actually like who might live in this house. Got a few of the curtains as well in the blue. I wanted small curtains so it didn't like come too far down onto all the other stuff that I'd already placed. In here we have our big family bathroom. We've got a separate area for our shower, which kind of goes next to the bath as well, so the shower's nice and tucked away, and then we've got nice space, like cornered off space for our corner bath. and we've got a nice big double sink and some plants. I'm trying to make it look very fancy. And there's so much space in this bathroom. You could literally have a good party in this bathroom. I don't know why you'd have a party in the bathroom, but there we go. And it also means that the Sims have plenty of space to actually function in the house. We've got a lot of the little like cupboard stuff as well to add to the detail. Got lots of storage space, which is always important. Here we have like a twins bedroom, so I imagined that the kids were twins, so they've got sort of similar matching furnitures but in ridiculously colourful colours. Obviously colours are colourful. But they also have lots of toys in here as well to just go with the downstairs. So they've got a different playhouse, they've got some of the craft tables and 2 desks as well, so they can go up here to do their work or just study or whatever. There's plenty of space to do the school projects as well. They've got a mirror and they've got the balcony as well, so we're kind of going a little bit mad with colour in here. Like everything has a separate colour except for the craft tables, which I should have done as different colours as well. And we've got one of the more leery versions of the rug as well, because it picks out some of like literally all the colours that are in the bedroom. And I decided to go really over the top with all the posters and stuff as well, because I thought they would run a little bit wild in this room and kind of make it truly their own. And we have an Alexa in here, so they can be kept an eye on and contacted from downstairs, which I know is a thing now that parents actually do, instead of actually just going upstairs to their children. And we're like contacting people via the Alexa, because the Alexa is a parent, apparently. Such a bizarre concept to me. Why could you not just walk upstairs? Bizarre. This is our last bedroom, so it's a little bit smaller and it's a lot darker as well. We've kind of got a few more darker objects and a few smaller objects as well, so we've only got a little desk area and a laptop on here as well. And you kind of imagine that one of the older children in the family, they're kind of there some of the time, but they also go off to, like, if we had uni, all the people who raged after the fact we didn't get uni and still going on about it is still funny to me. We also have the posters you can collect from the city livings around the place, so they're kind of gone out and done something in the Sims world. Kind of have a few little bit odds and ends and stuff, and a few collectibles about in their room, but not too over the top, and a little bit different to everyone else. And then in our hallway, just adding in some plants and some side tables and stuff. I use the little A-frame shelving unit as well, and put some items on that, because I always forget about that, even though it's like one of the items that I was really excited about getting. I always forget to use it because it's actually quite big, surprisingly, for just a little A-frame shelving unit. It's actually quite large. I also just put a few like paintings about the place, and we have this wall in the middle that kind of divides the space as well, so it's place for like pretend family portrait that's up there, and then some other family pictures behind it as well. And then finally out into the garden we have a little undercover like pergola type thing, and I set it under a tree so it's got a little bit of natural shade. I also use one of the live edit tree objects to the one that hangs, like a hanging bit that goes very nicely like in that object, so put that in just to add some detail about. We also have a fake washing line, so you can replace that with an actual one if you want to dry your laundry outside. We also have all of the Christmas table as well, which is my favourite outdoor table. We have a decorative wheelbarrow. We also have the the basketball hoop and a swing set, so the kids have something to do outside. We need we need a few stuff. I was saying in my Let's Play the other, I think it's in next week's one, about how I invited the kids of my Sims that I'm playing with to come to the beach for the day, and you're just like trying to fish for ideas of what they can do. It's just like, we had a wobbling fight, we went swimming, we built a sandcastle, and it's like, now what? Now what do we do? One of them even ended up like just doing their homework, which was just like, you're here at the beach and there's nothing to do. Just the only problem with the island living stuff, there just needed to be a few more things you could do on the beach, like instead of just like collecting shells and stuff. There should be like rock pools that you could go exploring and stuff like that. Now I am literally just putting a load of plants in because I can. Lots of live edit plants. We've got some going across the fence. We've got lots of grassy bits, kind of left the bits by the fence a little bit more natural. We've got some ones that go on the wall as well. Some more pots and stuff, and some plants growing through the fence as well, just to add to everything. I have these really cute little trees as well, which I've never seen about the place. So they look quite cool scaled up, and having like a little bit of, like, still having trees out the front, but not having them like cover the entire build. Also have to add some rocks in as well, and actually working out how I wanted to do the front here. I really wanted the arch to go over the path, but if you scale it up it makes it like way too big, so I was like, I can't do that. But I actually found this like little object that I could put along. I think it's like a little piece of wood or something. I don't know what it actually is, but it made a really nice little trim to the side of the path. It kind of just added that little something I was looking for, which kind of just finishes that off. I've got some little planters that are overgrown out the front as well, and we've got some plants growing through the little holes in the stone wall as well, which I think looks quite cool. I do like it when plants just take over and start growing over things. Obviously we've got to get that terrain paint going so it looks as natural as possible and very dirty. I just realised, like, thinking before I said that, I was like, dirty is not the word to use at all, but I said it. There we go. Obviously we got to add our satellite dish so we can get all of our paid for channels and our extra bits to go out the front. Also add in some little baskets at the front as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting. We've got a few plants growing up the side of the building as well. There's not too much to add onto the front, and here are the screenshots, so you can see the layout from top to bottom, and we can also go through and see all the wallpaper ads. So going for the grey in the study and a yellow colour in the what's it called, the dining room. Go for like mint in the kitchen, nice pink in the playroom, some more greys and stuff upstairs. Can use some purples. Obviously we've got blue and grey again. Go for that grey and nice yellow for that bedroom, and purple in here as well. That's some nice things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like. And if you'd like to see any more videos, then feel free to subscribe. I will see you there.